Good evening, everybody. How are y'all doing? Welcome to Wednesday Night Magic on Speed Gaming. I'm Skybills. We're going to be talking a little bit about Duo Standard and the Mythic Invitational. And alongside with me, I will have Saku as well.
Hello.
Alright, so I did want to recap a little bit on the Mythic Invitational. Again, this can be hands-on. If anybody has any questions for me about the Invitational or any of the experiences that come with that, please let me know. So I was gone for nearly a week for the Invitational, and there was a lot to it. I got there last Tuesday, and I basically had the whole night to myself. I met up with my esports rep. Had a good time getting ready with my teammates. You know, there's a lot of mental exhaustion that went into preparation for this. So we wanted to make sure all of our team members were on the same page. For those of you that don't know, I am a member of Team Genji, which is a pretty well-known esports team, primarily in the Hearthstone department. However, we did make some waves here in the Mythic Invitational. So Wednesday was our media day. We made sure to go through a tech orientation, because there was a lot to go through in the back. We needed to make sure everybody was all set on the rules of Duo Standard as well, since it was a new format. We'll get into that for a little while as soon as we start playing. Thursday, I was actually in Group B, so I was up second. I had the benefit of watching Group A, and I really felt pretty chill that day. You know, you wake up, you're going to your first major tournament, and it's you think it would initially be tough, but it wasn't. I got a good night of sleep, was very encouraged by the judge to get plenty of water and plenty of sleep, as before any major event. We talk about this before GDQ runs as well. And I get there, I compete in my first round, which, by the way, according to sites, a lot of people didn't even have me making it past round one, so that was another thing that was on my mind for a bit. So I ended up winning my first round. I believe I played against Golgari, and I played against... I'm trying to remember the other one, because the Golgari is what I had to play twice. But anyways, I had to play Golgari twice, and it turned out that my green-red, my Gruul deck, with Galta and such, yes, Thud. That's exactly what had happened, Seawolf. It looked like I was about to 0-2 my first match, and midway through game 2, picked a Harpooner. It had 15 strength when the Thud hit them, and that sent them kind of on tilt into game 3, and I had a really good hand game 3. Hands down, a really good deck. So I proceed on to round 2, where I play Legend, and unfortunately, because Esper did Esper things, I dropped down to the loser's bracket at that point. So with my back against the wall, I ended up playing Caleb. Pretty awesome opponent, good friend of mine. Pretty big streamer as well. I ended up playing against Caleb. I believe it was Selesnya tokens, and I want to say it may have been Esper. Again, this is all a while back. Hey, thanks, Shop. I appreciate that. So I ended up beating Caleb with red in a game 3 scenario where I had, again, just this amazing red hand, and he took an incredibly good but greedy hand. So I ended up beating Caleb in game 3. And I end up advancing a little further into the loser's bracket. All of a sudden, somebody tapped me on the shoulder, and they said, "Oh, you're in the featured match." And I'm like, am I? It turns out I was going up against world champ, two-time world champ, excuse me, Shahar Shinhar. And that was the match that most people ended up talking about for the next, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 days. Like, that's all anyone talked about was my match against Shahar. What had ended up happening is, again, it was Esper and Mono White, and went into a game 3 scenario, no surprise there, and I took on his Mono White because I didn't think he was going to choose Esper, and I was correct, and it looked like I was going to lose for a while. I took a beating at the beginning of this match. I wanted to keep Steamkin alive. In the off event, I could draw a Frenzy and turn it around, and that's exactly what had happened. I had drawn Experimental Frenzy, and my Frenzy went off, including a double Chain Whirler combo to take out Shahar's entire field. Shahar was out of cards at that point because of the value off the Frenzy, and I took the match. Still, to my disbelief, I took the match. So then, the minute I get off the stage for that, because that went pretty close to time, they said, your next opponent is the player of the year, Luis Salvato. And I was the featured match again for the second match in a row. And I was so overwhelmed with emotion between beating Shahar, the interview after, and beginning the next match against Salvato, which again, Salvato ran Mono White and Esper. And unfortunately, Salvato had 4 absorbs over the very short course of that game. I remember checking that graveyard often, and I just could not get over the 4 absorbs. So I ended up getting knocked out just short of the top 16. Normally, most people would be like, well, were you disappointed about that? The answer is no, because the match against Shahar was so amazing. And the match against Salvato was actually pretty close too. That how could I be upset about that? Yeah, I got a little less money than I could have if I topped 16, but it was still a place for everyone to talk about it. And I'd gone to the Wizards party that night. They did that for all the competitors. They invited us all to this VIP party. And that's all people were talking about. They weren't even talking about who made the top 16. They were talking about my match against Shahar Shinhar. And I had felt like I had top 16'd. I'd let people know about speed gaming and Team Instant Speed and the speedrunning community and how I wanted to link these two communities together and my vision for Team Instant Speed. And a lot of people were interested. So hopefully in the future, some of the friends that I've met and, you know, ha 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 memes, friends we made along the way. But some of these friends I met, and they've already joined the server, will actually be here as a guest star. Maybe for you all to play them, maybe for some commentary. But either way, this was a really positive experience for Team Instant Speed, for speed gaming, and of course for my hope that the speedrunning and Magic communities can combine at some point. The rest of the week, I had cheered on my friends. I remember one of my really, really good friends now, Amazonian, she had made it to the top 16. And even though, again, you know, that was about where she ended, still dang proud of her. Part of Magic isn't necessarily about the end money result, but it's about the support you give friends, and it's about what you learn and take away from the event. Sometimes it's worth way more than the money. But no matter what, there's really nothing to be sad about. The minimal prize for this event was $7,500, so I'm going to take that and put it towards good cause. And I have all the experiences and memories to take away with this as well. I even got to see the finals up close, and that was pretty fun as well. So now from here, it's like, so now what? Well, I'm hoping to compete in Twitch Rivals again when that happens. I don't know if it's going to be Duo Standard. Duo Standard was very tricky. It's something that you couldn't necessarily fully prepare for, and part of the problem is that people had both Esper and Mono White at their disposal. It's bad enough when you have to go against one of them, let alone both of them. And arguably, even with Nexus of Fate out of the picture, Nexus of Fate, as you all know, is banned in Best of One. That's a whole nother bag of worms we can talk about at some point. But Esper is just a very nasty deck to go against. Since I've been back, I haven't been able to put too much time into Arena. I believe I'm like Platinum 3 right now or something like that, but Esper is all over the place. So here's your project for anybody watching and who loves to play Magic. Find me a deck construction that can totally wipe Esper out. If you can do that, you can get really far up the ladder really quickly. Because I want to say 70 to 75% of the matches are against Esper control. So you may think to yourself, you know, if I'm new to this game, what can I do to offset this? Well, build a budget mono red deck. That's my first advice. Or build a budget white weenie deck and just go as fast as you can in this format. That's the only chance you have. Don't pick anything too mid-range, or if you're really good at control, figure out a way to tech in control or even a little bit of aggro for against that Esper mirror, because I'll tell you something. Everything I saw there was Esper on Esper. And that's not fun for either player. So even if you are playing Esper, figure out a way to win that tiebreaker as well. That is my advice for anyone who's going up the ladder right now. Remember that the top 1,000 at the end of this month will have a chance to pre-qualify for a Mythic qualifier. It's going to be another tournament of some kind. We don't have complete details yet. I do believe that you watch enough Magic, each and every person here could do it. But it's going to take a lot of practice, and it's going to take a lot of luck dealing with Esper. It's very easy on this ladder, even with the best aggro decks, to only go 50-50 and play for hours and not make any progress in either direction. Yeah, I agree, Sarah. Just Esper, and again, I'm partial. Some people might love this age of Esper, but this is rough right now. So I want to know now, Saku, you're here with me. What is your impression of Esper, and what have you done to beat it?
So basically, because I'm mono red, it is just go as quickly as possible before they can get any momentum. Normally, I'm hoping to get a really good hand off the bat in the mono red deck. Get out my Spectre card, or like Spectre stuff, and just try to hit them as hard as possible. Normally, if I can get them to about, I want to say, sometimes I can get them to dead by turn 4, and that's kind of what I'm hoping for before they could start drawing cards and negating my stuff. So lose their life by that turn.
Yeah, turn 4 is a pivotal one, as that's when Kaya's Wrath, which is the first board wipe, can be cast the first time. So trying to win by turn 4 is definitely a valid strat. The only problem is, especially in a best-of-1 format, what do you do when you're going second against Esper? That's rough. It's out of your control. And you have to accept as a Magic player that there are games that, you as the player cannot win. Just totally out of your control. And the same goes for mono white too. There's some games like that, and even red if our frenzy goes off. That's another instance of that. The best thing you can do is to keep an even keel and just accept that 75% of your games are going to be against Esper, and then maybe another 20% of your games are going to be against mono white with an elephant that's ready to go by turn 3 or so. It is a mental game, and you can't let yourself get exhausted. And if you're playing game after game on the ladder, that's really easy to burn out quickly on a matchup such as Esper.
Yeah.
And you may think to yourself then, if this best of 1 is so random, why not just play best of 3? And my response to that is, have you ever played against Nexus of Fate? Because that isn't much better, honestly.
Yeah, I've had a lot of, when we were doing matches in MTGA and they allowed Nexus, it was some very long and drawn-out battle. So I'll just say that.
Oh, definitely. Time of Reclamation isn't bad to go against. If you're playing a really speedy or even like a kind of aggro mid deck, Time of Rec's not bad. It's nothing compared to Nexus of Fate. Nexus of Fate is just... Your opponent plays Solitaire. If you've ever watched that and enjoy it, then go for it. But that's not my cup of tea. So let me see if we're almost underway here. Looks like people might be ready to go. And on the screen right now, from what I'm seeing, it looks like, if I were to take a guess, it might be Gates. Oh, Dork. You know what, Dork? I might be willing to accept the Nexus, but maybe that's because I've been playing against Esper too much. Alright, looks like we're going to be underway here in a second. So thanks to everyone for listening to my rant about the Mythic Invitational. Long story short, if you ever have the opportunity to do it, go for it. It's the opportunity of a lifetime, and I wouldn't have traded it for anything. I was very proud to be a part of that, and again, Wizards, thank you for that opportunity. And I believe now the match should be starting soon here, so let's see. Our first match, I believe, is going to be Seawolf versus Speed Gaming's own Clifford here, and here we go. Also, too, Saku, I don't know if you noticed this, but look, new avatars.
Yes. And not only that, the avatars work.
Yes, they do.
Wow, this is a interesting hand we got here. Right off the bat, bunch of different colors. So that's good.
It's looking like Temur Reclamation versus Jeskai Control. Two very good control options that are very much outside of Esper. So you know what? Even though it's control, I'll give him kudos for that. But now because it's control and control, Saku, look at all the dead cards in both players' hands right now.
Yeah.
They're meant to go against the aggro matchup right now, and not too much action going on here so far, but that's how control is. Oh, but look at this. Did you see the Relentless Raptor on Seawolf's side, Saku? What a curveball there. It's interesting. I like it. Alright, so it looks like we have a Gift of Paradise here on Clifford's side. And Seawolf says, no, you're not getting that extra mana right away. And it's a good thing Seawolf did with that Niv Mizzet kind of looming in the depth of Clifford's hand. Clifford will have another chance to cast Gift of Paradise if he wants to take the chance for it next turn. But does he go for it? I want to say yes, because I think you enchant a land.
Yeah, and then you can... and not only that, but because his opponent's tapped out, you know, going to be at least able to get it out this time.
Now, interesting play here. Here's what I had assumed. I assumed Clifford was going to pay the 2 for the Steam Vents, and then enchant whichever land wasn't going to be untapped, and have that Quench open, just in case. But fortunately for Clifford, Seawolf is currently dry on lands right now, so it didn't matter in the long run. Alright, looking like a response to an Electrostatic Field. Wow, Frilled Mystic on Clifford's side. These decks are both very interesting. So I want to make this clear to everybody watching. This is very much outside of the meta right now. I'm seeing some really spicy choices, and with Duo Standard, best of one where you can't side deck, you kind of have to go for that.
Here's that Relentless Raptor coming out.
Oh yeah. Now, what do? I assume we're going to counter this with a Frilled Mystic here. Yeah, good call there by Clifford. Establishing some board presence and getting rid of a creature spell all simultaneously. Ooh, do you go for Teferi here? I want to say yes. Or you could go for Niv Mizzet, but then you're playing up against a control deck. I believe Deputy of Detention would come out on Seawolf's side. Alright, looking like we're going for Teferi here. Oh yeah, they only had 5 mana too. I can't count tonight. That's on me. Alright, so still need 1 more mana for Niv Mizzet here.
Unfortunately, did not pick it up though.
Yes, but here's the upside. Clifford does have Mortify open. Clifford has Ionize open. And Clifford has Quench and Absorb open. These are all terrific. I think you counter that, yeah. Clifford's saying, nah, I want to keep my creature on my side right now. It's pretty important to keep inventory of how much mana your opponent has, as well as when was the last time they played mana, because very clearly right now, Seawolf is in a dry spell for land at this moment. But so is Clifford, too. Clifford can't find that last mana to put out Niv Mizzet right now.
But at least Clifford's got the Growth Spiral, so maybe that'll be an opportunity to draw a mana?
Yeah, I'm surprised that Clifford didn't use Growth Spiral, because Teferi actually untaps, as we saw at the end phase, and Clifford could have tried for another land at that point. But stuff like that can sometimes be really easy to miss, especially in the heat of battle. So, Deputy of Detention here. Clifford saying, nah, gonna absorb that. And still enough mana open for a Quench on top of everything.
Another Growth Spiral.
Yeah, I definitely think you Growth Spiral here if you don't hit a land. Okay, a land was hit, so that's good. So now I think you take that chance, especially with 2 Niv Mizzet in hand after attacking. Put out Niv, because once Niv's out, it's very, very difficult to dispose of Niv Mizzet. And here it comes. You know him. You love him. Niv Mizzet. And now look at this. There's still enough mana to cast Quench or even Mortify if needed. And Teferi is getting very close to the ultimate of -8 at this point. So Clifford in a very, very powerful position right now.
The issue with Mortify is I don't actually believe that we have the right mana to use for it.
Gift of Paradise taps for different...
Because it would have to be 1 black and 1 white.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And we only have 1 random color.
Well, dang. But Quench is here. Niv's gonna draw a couple cards here. Seawolf's looking at Spell Pierce right now. There's another Niv in hand. I don't think Clifford's too worried about it at this point, and it looks like Teferi might actually have the chance to ultimate the following turn.
Yep.
So here comes Niv Mizzet number 2. This is tough for any deck to have to face right now. Niv says, hey, what's up? Ooh, what do you even discard here? Probably a Growth Spiral. Even though it's going to do damage, it's only 1 damage.
Yep.
Alright, so Seawolf, I believe, is going to go for Lyra here. Even has the mana up for the Spell Pierce, but I don't think it's going to matter at this point. Actually, it will, because Spell Pierce can get rid of Quench. Let's see what the sequence of events is here. So then Spell Pierce doesn't work. Alright. And there goes Lyra, but Clifford's got a Mortify in hand still. That should be enough, in theory. Oh, Clifford not going for the ultimate here to remove Lyra. Just gonna do the simple thing. Nothing wrong with that. Use the Mortify here.
Yep, and bring in the life down to 0.
Alright, and Clifford wins round 1. Seawolf just did not get enough lands in time. That's all that really came down to. And with control, you have to hit your lands at the precise right time. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. So now both players have to use different decks as per the Duo standard format. Looking like a Gruul on Clifford's side. And here, Seawolf will get to go first.
I really like that they added this option in the direct challenge.
Mm-hmm.
It makes doing matches like this pretty simple. Good on Wizards.
It's good for practice too. If you want to practice against Esper going second, it's a great way to do it. Alright, here we go. Round 2, fight.
Ooh, we got a couple of my favorite cards in there. Shock
Which one?
And Lightning Strike.
Oh, you that's right. You like all the red cards, do you?
Growth Chamber Guardian's actually really good card to start off with because you could just keep pulling more as you adapt them.
There's also another card that I really enjoy in Clifford's hand. Have you ever played with Domri Chaos Bringer?
I have not. I've played against it, but not with it.
It is a really powerful planeswalker. Can give things Riot, can search a deck for more creatures, and of course, Green Red could use the draw, so Domri's a really great choice, unless you are playing Nulhide Ferox, then it gets a little trickier. Alright, so we have Vanguard on Seawolf's side, actually. Pretty good card right now for this matchup. Also, too, another underused, underloved card on Seawolf's side, Vinemare. I'm a big fan of Vinemare.
Yeah, I am too. I am absolutely.
I think we'll probably see Vinemare this turn, actually, unless Seawolf really wants to get rid of Growth Chamber Guardian that badly. Ooh, Carnage Tyrant also. Seawolf bringing all of the power with him right now. So Vinemare, for those of you who don't know, it's a 5/3 hexproof, and I believe black creatures cannot block it. Yeah,
can't be blocked by black creatures.
In other words, what a whole lot of that means is that Clifford will not be able to use Lightning Strike on Vinemare. Good move there, putting the guild gate down. This is looking like a really good hand and or a board state here for Seawolf currently. Healer's Hawk. Ooh, that's... Yeah, you definitely put that in the grave. You want more lands for Lyra and Carnage Tyrant at this point. Go for the big creatures. Looking like Seawolf's going to take advantage of the fact that Growth Chamber cannot go off right now. Good call. Good call. Oh, Seawolf going for the 4/4 Growth Chamber Guardian. Really makes you think.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Plus, too, the fact that the second one can't yet adapt because it's not enough mana, so still keeps Vinemare safe and would potentially make it so that, you know, Clifford would lose Growth Chamber if, you know, he blocked.
This is all a very interesting development. I don't know about you, but I first thought that Seawolf was going for the 4/4, no, sorry, for the 2/2, excuse me, so Growth Chamber Guardian wouldn't multiply more. Definitely a surprise here. Clifford going for the +1 here. I assume to cast Kraul Harpooner. Unfortunately, no flyers to kill here, so that means Lyra may be able to be blocked once, but that Harpooner could have potentially taken out Lyra. No land still for Seawolf. That's pretty lucky for Clifford right now. And Clifford can go delving for more creatures at this point, too. So let's see. If Clifford wanted to wipe Seawolf's board right now, he could, and he chooses to. Definitely the move I probably would have done there.
Same.
Ooh, now Chain Whirler here is very interesting. Clifford could force Seawolf to either pay a ton of life to keep that Vanguard on the field, or destroy the Vanguard. Alright, so here comes Chain Whirler. It's gonna get that sweet Riot, too, on it. Now, do you shock here? Do you shock here to make them pay more? I don't know. Well, what do you think about that, Saku? That's... Ooh.
I think he might be saving shock to just go for the direct damage. It's fairly close to lethal.
Yeah, and I suppose there is some merit. Now, again, Clifford doesn't know it obviously is in Seawolf's hand, but having that Shock and Lightning Strike might be the saving grace to getting rid of Lyra and possibly winning this game. So we're in a very interesting juncture at this point now. And currently... What do we have? Clifford is going for the moment right now. Seawolf says, all right, you can have it. I give up.
Oh, another shock!
Wow, that's a draw right now for Clifford for sure. I think at this point I would -3 Domri to try to search for more creatures, but Clifford's like, nah. So no double block here either. I don't know what to make of any of this right now. What's going on here? Ooh.
I see the Phoenix.
You go for the Phoenix and the Siege Gang. Great play here by Clifford. This could wrap it up next turn. Siege Gang Commander brings a small army with it. Alright, there's that 5th mana. Here comes Lyra, but Clifford is prepared this time, and that is an understatement.
Yep, has exactly 5 damage.
And Clifford's just like, nah, I'm not gonna worry about you, Lyra. You don't have... It's all good. And I believe Clifford here has lethal compliments of Siege Gang Commander special ability. Launch a Goblin for 2 life. And there it goes. Congratulations to Clifford. Well played on both sides. That second match was spicy. Some interesting decisions that very much panned out for Clifford. Dang. GG.
That was definitely a good match.
That was a great game of Magic the Gathering. Alright, well, great job on both players. 2 very, very, very interesting matches here. I believe the next match now is going to be Clifford versus Roguelink now. Team Bottom wins the first one for tonight.
Yep, looks like Roguelink is in fact going to be our next player here. So, I'm going to get them set up. So, I guess a good question. What was your favorite deck out of the ones that you saw on the matches here?
I really liked the Gruul deck. I believe that was Gruul Warriors. Great build, can stand up against all the control decks, and as you saw, it's very versatile, can deal with so many different kinds of conditions as long as the opponent doesn't have something like, you know, the perfect Esper hand or the perfect mono red hand. It's really good. One of my favorite decks of the format for sure. How about you?
I have to say I agree. I really enjoyed the way that one went. And I like the pretty card, so having, the Phoenix there is pretty positive in my opinion.
I would say the card that really bailed Clifford out of that one was Domri's -3, which I said, if you like Domri's +1 for the Riot, you'll really like the -3. 2 creatures out of the top 4 cards of your deck, which when you're playing that deck, you're playing mostly creatures, and just grabbing the Phoenix and the Siege Gang Commander is just so much value that you can't get out of a lot of cards, but Domri will do that.
Yeah, that was honestly, it was a really good play.
And honestly, if Seawolf had hit his mana a little sooner, I mean, dealing with Lyra and Carnage Tyrant would have also been difficult. One combo I had kind of hoped we would see there from Seawolf's deck, part of it was there, but there is a enchantment called On Sarah's Wings, and it gives something +1/+1 legendary and lifelink. Put On Sarah's Wings on top of Carnage Tyrant and see what happens for fun. There's not much that takes that down other than the Eldest Reborn in the current format. I have yet to see too many people pull it off, but boy, when it happens, it is fun. Alright, let's make sure both players here are good to go. So we know what Clifford's playing. I believe Clifford's probably playing with the same two decks. I'm interested to see how Roguelink responds. Now, historically, whenever I've played against Roguelink plays very similar decks to what I do. And here we go, both players are off. I'm expecting to see some kind of aggro build from Roguelink. Maybe something mono white-ish, with like a mix of something. We'll see.
Ooh,
this is a tough one.
I recognize this hand.
I recognize this hand as well. What do you do, though? I mean, getting more than one growth chamber at a time in the first hand is rough. I think you have to keep it because the lands look good, but if you flood from that point on, it's going to be rough sailing.
Yeah, but then you can risk mulliganing to a hand with no lands, and that's just as scary.
Oh, you mean the old classic, you know, I have more lands than what I need. Let's see what happens when I mulligan and I get no lands or all lands. That's pretty classic Magic move there, I would say.
Top decking lands is not my favorite thing.
No, absolutely not. Nobody enjoys that. Yeah, I think you keep it, but it's not good if you get everything but Oh, Roguelink though with the mull to 5. All right, Clifford has time. It's a good call on Clifford's part for keeping that hand now. 4 lands is a little sketchy to keep, but I like it. Oh, this reminds me of one of the matches I had at the Invitational where my opponent had a really greedy keep, and if it worked out, I was dead, but it didn't for their sake. All right, Roguelink drawing one of the mana that he needs so far. I like how Crab was one of the options there that just made me giggle. Oh my gosh, look at these draws from Roguelink. The mull to 5. And Roguelink is benefiting from it.
Yep.
Okay, it looks like we might potentially have a match here, Saku. I'm excited.
This is going to be interesting. Will the block come?
Oh yeah. I would say Clifford is doing the right thing here still by activating Growth Chamber Guardian, because one of the best things about using Growth Chamber Guardian's ability is that's one less Growth Chamber that you can draw off the top of your deck. And I like that move a lot.
Exactly. Now, you know, we do have a few more lands in Clifford's hands, so he's not going to have to worry about, you know, discarding cards anytime soon. So.
And I think right here, yeah, Rogue's going to use the History of Benalia here, because Tribunal is still very much a live card right now. Shalai can still come out for 4 mana as well. Interesting match here. Now, I believe, looking at the current state, it'd be really difficult to not, you know, be tempted to put Domri out at this point. You have 2 in your hand, so if it dies, so what? Maybe Domri into Shock, potentially?
Yeah, this is a... Here we go. Here comes Domri.
Yeah, let's see if Shock's played here. No, going for the -3. What a spicy play by Clifford. And got rid of a lot of lands off the top of the deck, too. That could be a key later on. Alright, here comes the Tribunal. Great play here by Roguelink. Roguelink wants to put some pressure on Clifford as well. Nothing wrong with that. And suddenly, Roguelink is very much in this match, despite the mold of 5 at the beginning.
Yep, and I believe we're going to be seeing our... Plus, was it +1 +1 or 2 +2?
+2 +1. Yeah. One of those things, right?
Yeah, there's some pluses coming out soon from the History of Benalia.
Absolutely.
So, will we be seeing anything to get rid of that?
Ooh, interesting play here with the Riot. I like it. Wow. That was a really creative play there by Clifford. I didn't even see that. I'll be entirely honest. We have some crowd hype here. Chain Whirler, and I can understand why. I have some newfound love for that card as well.
Chain Whirler is so amazing. It's one of my favorite cards in Mono Red.
So, not going for Domri at this point, but we do have a Harpooner from Clifford's side. So Harpooner could take out the Shalai. Next turn is going to be critical. Now also, on Rogaling's side, do you see that Honor Guard, Saku?
I do. I most certainly do.
Honor Guard is something where if you're playing either the Walker combo or a Chain Whirler, you really need to look out for that. Because it will disable all of those abilities. Alright, here comes the Harpooner. Unfortunately here, the plus doesn't... No, the plus does play a role, actually. And there they go.
Yep.
It's a shame that, Oh, actually, you know what? You put out the Chain Whirler, Saku. No, you can't, though. That's not a warrior, is it? I'm trying to remember. It is?
Yeah. The Chain Whirler is a Goblin Warrior.
I would have gone for Chain Whirler Shock, because you could have shocked the Resplendent Angel there. It matters not, though. Here's Lyra.
Flying First Strike and Lifelink. Woo!
This is why it was very pivotal to get rid of that Resplendent Angel last turn. Trying to think what even Clifford could draw at this point to get him out of this, because there's no board wipes in this deck. Oh, but there is a Collision Colossus. This is so rough, because Clifford could have had Resplendent Angel, but there's got to be something Clifford can do at this point. That might be too late. I would say Domri for a Harpooner, right? To try to get that Resplendent Angel. I'm thinking.
You gotta hope.
You Domri first, and then you Collision the Lyra. That's what I'm thinking. Let's see how Clifford handles it, though. But Clifford could have stabilized here. There's the Harpooner! Oh my gosh! There's the Harpooner!
What a draw!
Okay, you definitely got to Collision Lyra first, though, because otherwise I believe the life gain will kick in here. Yeah, fortunately for Rogalink's gonna gain a butt ton of life off of this. Wait a second, it had occurred to me. Okay, Clifford found out. I'm like, does Clifford know about the other one? Because everybody thinks of, you know, getting hit by a tree. They don't think of the kills flyers ability there. Alright, still enough room for a growth chamber here as well.
So we've stabilized. So that's good. Oh goodness. I see another flyer.
But Clifford does have a Phoenix now, though.
That's true.
It's important. And I just want to reiterate to everybody out there at home watching, Rogalink mulligan to 5. That's pretty much a death sentence for most players, but Rogalink has clawed his way back into this match against all odds. Props, major props to Rogalink so far for the work that's been done. Alright, here comes the Phoenix. You got it here. And here's that sweet 1-1 counter here, Saku. Gotta love it. No Spellbreaker? Oh, I think Clifford's gonna give the Growth Chamber Guardian some love here.
I don't think there's any more Growth Chamber Guardian left in the... Nope, doesn't look like there is.
Nope, that was the last one there. All right, so there's some options. Could get rid of Shalai right here and now because you can't aim for Roguelink's helm right now or for the honor guard. Opting for the there's another harpooner.
Oh goodness.
Oh my goodness. This is why you need to believe in the harpooner. I'm a big believer in the harpooner, but unfortunately, the lightning strike and the shock would have had to been played first. Big ol' oops there. It happens, though. It happens. Clifford's still very much in this, though. What a perfect combo, though, for guarding the Shalai with the honor guard.
First strike. And I believe, what was it, hexproof?
Mm-hmm.
Or protection from hexproof from black.
Black, yes.
So now, no murder.
Yes, you absolutely. You get rid of that Shalai right now before it causes any more trouble than what it's already been causing. All right, good deal.
At least this is going to give Clifford the opportunity to start dwindling down Roguelink's health. Now, he can't attack with everything because he's down to 3 life. I don't believe there's a way for him to gain life in this deck either.
Alright, going for the Spellbreaker. Now, here's the other question. Do you activate the ability? Yes, you do. Which one do you put down there? Probably the other Spellbreaker, I would assume, because double Chain Whirler in a turn. How I know all too well is really... Okay, so one important thing. Did you know you are safe with Spellbreaker on the field against Settle the Wreckage?
No, that's amazing.
You are, because Spellbreaker states you as in the player, and Spellbreaker is hexproof. Now what does that mean? Settle the Wreckage targets the player. So, Clifford can go crazy here because Settle the Wreckage will not work here.
Yeah, and you can see Roguelink trying to use it, but whoops, there, yeah. Whoops.
A lot of people forget about that feature. And you want to know what's better than one Spellbreaker? 2 Spellbreakers. Oh, Clifford does not put it out right now. I think you just do double Chain Whirler next turn. No ands, ifs, or buts. You go double Chain Whirler and win the game right here. No? Okay, alright.
Going for another Spellbreaker. Still wins it. First match goes to Clifford.
What a comeback for Clifford. Now here's the odd thing. I thought it would be Roguelink who would have to make a comeback, but Roguelink came out of the gates only 5 cards and almost took that match. Bravo to both players. Pardon the puns, but Clifford's on fire here tonight. That's bad. That was bad. I'm sorry, chat. I'm very, very sorry. Alright, looks like we're going back to that Niv Mizzet deck for Clifford. We'll see what Roguelink has in store for it. I assume Roguelink has another aggro deck up his sleeve. So some very interesting plays made by both players in that last match. I was sad we never got to see the double Chain Whirler. I was looking forward to seeing that being used as a wipe, but that's alright. Maybe next time.
I think it's just your newfound love for that card that just wants to see it in action.
Oh yeah, you bet. I owe that card so much. So much. Alright, I think we're about to get started here. And Roguelink goes second this time. Clifford will be winning the coin flip in air quotes here.
Just waiting for the challenge back from Link. Rogue Link.
Alright, and here we go. We are off to the races. Round 2, fight. Alright, let's see what we got here.
A few different lands.
Oh, as an aggro player, so oh my.
Counter, 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 more counters.
I feel
Alright,
sad.
alright.
I feel
Lots
sad,
of counters.
Saku. Ooh, look at that beautiful Rakdos deck though from Rogue Link. That looks nice.
Ooh, Fanatical Firebrand. Getting
I
us
love it.
damage right off the bat.
Mm-hmm. That's the only card Rogue Link's gonna be able to play for some time. If Clifford has anything to say about it right now. Yeah, there's the Quench from Clifford. Very good early counter Quench, Ella. It's a good one.
Yep.
Rogue's gonna get his extra one in here, though.
Steam Vents. We got a bunch of mana at least for Clifford.
Yep, and Rogue Link has no shortage of mana either. Yeah, I would have let that one go through too. That one wasn't too bad. Now, you know when you use that Sweet Absorb or Ionize? During Light Up the Stage, you don't want that going off right now.
Definitely not.
Now,
Red is dangerous with too many cards in their hand, so definitely want to prevent them from drawing.
it has been brought to my attention, looking at Clifford's mana base, that Absorb cannot be played right now. There's no white mana in that pool. Uh-oh.
Oh, goodness. Nor can we even play a mana that has white at the moment.
Yep.
Pretty much every other color.
And Rogue Link says, oh, you're going to play all these different types of mana? I'll punish you. Alright, Growth Spiral. That's not a terrible card. It's not great for Clifford because, again, you're trying to... Oh. I was surprised Clifford didn't wait to see if he drew that white mana.
Yeah, I was about to say I would check for that. Oh, but we got another Growth Spiral. We could try to see, because there's really nothing else that, you know, he can do at this point. We don't have a green, though. Because we tap both greens.
You're right, yeah, why did both greens tap? Was that the auto tapper? That's actually a really good point.
Clifford actually doesn't play with auto tapper. He manually tapped the green and then the blue, but maybe not expecting that he was going to get another Growth Spiral.
Yeah. Alright, well, speaking of Growth Spiral. And Control is punished.
Yeah, there's really nothing that Clifford has here that can get rid of all the stuff on the field. It can prevent more stuff from coming out, but it doesn't help when you have 4 things hitting you in the face.
Unless Clifford can figure out a way to dispose of the board here. That's it. And that's it. That's game 2. Very quick game. Rogue Link came out swinging, and Clifford's like, oh, now I get my white. Poor Clifford.
Yeah, he couldn't even use he couldn't even use 2 life to get that to come in untapped either.
Now, do you know about the other benefit of Banefire, Saku?
Which one?
There's a second ability on Banefire that a lot of people forget, and I believe if the converted mana cost is, I want to say it's 5 or more, it's either 4 or more or 5 or more, it cannot be countered.
Yes, that is correct.
So that's a heck of a choice. If I'm Rogue Link, I'm picking that Rakdos deck for game 3. It seemed pretty effective.
And not only that, but like with Banefire second ability, it also the damage can't be prevented. So that's another thing. Can't be countered, but also you can't use a spell to prevent any damage. So
Alright, here we go. We're going into game 3. Mismatch. They just got to make sure they line up there. It's X's 5 or more. Thank you, chat. Appreciate that. Banefire is a really good card also, Saku. If you ever do Best of 1 Mono Red, it's a good choice. It's a good tech choice for Mono Red Best of 1. I had thought about doing it myself, but my coach wouldn't let me.
I do have Banefire in my sideboard,
Mm-hmm.
but it depends on what I'm playing against. If I'm going to be playing against blue, and I know I'm going to be playing against blue, then I'll probably throw it in there.
Heck of a color hand here for Clifford. Look at all those different colors that's available. Ooh, this is a mana-heavy hand here for Roguelink. That could be trouble.
Gonna be using Skewer to get the life total down a little bit before we can start getting the counters up. Now the thing is, we can't even play a creature on Clifford's side until turn 4. Or if we get something like... We didn't get Growth Spiral, so no, it looks like it's going to be turn 4.
That's not too bad. Clifford's deck doesn't necessarily need creatures. I mean, I know it looks bad right now from a creature standpoint, but once Clifford gets rolling, there's the Clarion, Saku.
There it is, yep.
Incoming 2-for-1 here. And why the heck not? And because Clifford can, his creatures that he controls gains lifelink until EOT.
So we have 2 Banefires sitting on Roguelink's side.
Mm-hmm. If Roguelink sits on them, I don't know who does, but if Roguelink sits on them, he could just use those to win the game. But we are 1 mana away from a Carnage Tyrant and from a Niv Mizzet, so that's very scary as well. Clifford gaining some life there. I'm sure Clifford wants a red mana more than anything. Nope! And the tease with the Niv.
Another Niv Mizzet.
Alright, but right here, I believe... No, Frilled Mystic cannot be played. There's not a second green in play right now.
We've got a lot of mana, just not the right ones.
You can trophy the Judith. To which Roguelink says, yes, my Banefires.
Yep, and because a creature died on Roguelink's side of the field, get to do an additional damage to Clifford directly. Ooh, we got a Growth Spiral. I see us using it this time.
And there's the Rebound Crick.
And that actually gives I believe that gives enough mana? Yeah, that does. 3 blue, 3 red. Next turn, Niv Mizzet.
But will Clifford be alive by then? No, Roguelink is going headfirst with the Banefires. It's a great strategy. X equals 5 can't be countered, and I believe this might do it right here for Roguelink.
Yep, next turn, we'll probably see the last Banefire.
We were just talking about Banefire's second ability. Look at the benefits it has yielded here.
And Roguelink takes game 3.
GG. Dang. It's a nice deck that Roguelink has there. Then again, I was always a fan of Rakdos. Well done.
That was a very good match.
Alright, so let me see what we have up next here. I know we have at least one more. I believe it's Seawolf and Roguelink that's up next. That should be a good one. A hyper aggro player, a hyper control player. Let's see how it pans out.
Oh, goodness.
But I like it better that way. I don't like control on control matches. It's personal preference for me. So while we are getting set up here, do not forget there are some codes right now. Here, I'll post this link right here. There are some codes that can be entered into Arena to get the glorious alternate arts of these lovely cards. A lot of people use Revitalize, Opt, Fanatical Firebrand. Those are 3 very common cards that are played in the format. So if you like shiny things, click on that link, give them a try. And again, thanks to Wizards for releasing those codes.
Free things, always good. I like free things.
Free things are fun. Alright, we are just about ready to go underway here. Again, this aggressive versus control. Who will reign supreme? As much as I very much value my friendship with both of these people, I have to go with the aggro. It's just on principle based on what I went through last week.
If you can get it going really quick, then you'll at least have a bit of an advantage.
Mm-hmm.
But if control gets the right hand right off the start, and you've got counter, 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 then it might get a little hectic.
I don't want to think about that. No, thank you.
It'll all be based on the draws. And the scary part about both these is mulliganing could be detrimental, extremely detrimental to either of them. It's normally detrimental, but like in this instance with the type that they're playing against, could be even more. It looks like we're gonna see the white mid-range.
Ooh. It's a classic Rogue Link move right here, and that first hand might not fly against a control-heavy player like Seawolf. You definitely pitch. Oh, you got the Honor Guard there, and the Resplendent Angel. Seawolf mulligans as well, so okay, this is reasonable.
Ooh, history though.
Ooh, keeping the history on top. Hoping that you draw into that third land. That's a bold move right there. Ooh. You can't help but wonder that there's either an Opt or a Spell Pierce waiting for. Now Rogue Link knows that Seawolf has a Spell Pierce in his hand. That is valuable knowledge for later on.
Ooh.
Oh. That's rough. But Seawolf also does not run into his third land, so this is definitely interesting. Seawolf with a little bit of the advantage right now, though, with that Rafter on the field. Do you go for the Ixalan's Binding here? Nah, I go for the Tribunal. I think Rogue Link's saving that for a pop there. Oh, you can't go for Ixalan's Binding yet either. You need 4 mana for that. So spoiled by Conclave Tribunal. And here comes Shimmer of Possibility.
Ooh, Vanguard.
Not a terrible card right now. Unfortunately, Rogue a deck full of jail spells, so not quite as powerful as it could be. But there's the Spell Pierce. Rogue Link not taking into account that there was a Spell Pierce that was very much telegraphed in the second turn. Bundleish Marshal, not bad. Can be destroyed by the Clarion, though. But, wonder what you do here. Rogue Link trying to draw out the Clarion, it seems. Not a bad move. Here comes the 2-for-1, though.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
that was
Splendid Angel.
That was good. Ooh, uses the Banefire there. That's a spicy move considering Rogaling's getting down there right now. And another
Resplendent Angel! Oh my goodness.
I have no words right now, Saku. Alright, 5th mana here for Rogaling, for better or for worse. Going with the Ixalan's Binding, Rogaling says, I don't want to take any more damage right now. Seems reasonable. Oh, there's the Niv Visit!
Yep,
2 more mana!
Not enough to cast it, but
Ooh, Settle. Settle's a spicy card right now. I think Seawolf's just doing this to get a little bit of extra damage out at this point.
Yep.
Good move. Dang, Revitalize doing damage. I never thought I would see the day. That's funny. Ooh, and now just running into the massive mana flood at this point. Rogaling's gonna have a hard time with that Niv Mizzet, although it's not the end of the world if the Tribunal's played right now. Ooh, Deputy of Detention. That's another spicy card right now. I think Seawolf's gonna opt for that.
Using Settle the Wreckage.
Seawolf uses the Spell Pierce here just to get the extra 1 in. And why not again?
Yep.
But this does put Seawolf into Cleansing Nova range now, and 1 land away from Niv Mizzet. Oh, and also Deputy of Detention, if that wasn't enough. Shalai's interesting right now, but
Gonna take that Deputy back.
That's a spicy play right there. Oh, and then for Ixalan's Binding, yeah? Yeah, that's reasonable. CF says, nah, I don't want to lose this game right now. Oh, destroys a what? Okay, that play just blew my mind. That was amazing. What a play for Seawolf.
That was amazing.
Nobody remembers the fact that you can destroy all enchantments, but Seawolf remembered. I can't do that. That was a heck of a play there by Seawolf. Cleansing Nova for enchantments. Wow. So many props there. Seawolf says jail spells. What jail spells? I'm impressed. I'm impressed with that move.
Alright, so we're going to I guess we're going to round 2. Not
Remember,
turn 2.
Round 2, you do have to pick a different deck. So going with, again, the Judith deck. Be underway very shortly with game 2 of this exciting match. No, this isn't a tournament. We do skirmishes with the community here on Wednesday Night Magic. But who knows? Maybe down the line, maybe there will be a tournament. Certainly
There was one announced.
Oh, was there now? You want to talk about that?
Pretty sure Clifford said that there is one coming up on the weekend of April 19th, 20th, 21st.
Ooh, I like that.
When he comes back into chat, we'll have to ask him the details.
Ooh, that sounds awesome. All right, but for now, round 2, ding ding, Rogalink and Seawolf. See what happens. Alright, here we go. It's a pretty good hand, actually, for Rogue Link. Good amount of lands. Light up the stage. Skewer, you can't ask for too much more here. Seawolf not too shabby of a hand either, honestly. Bounty Agent, I do like that tech choice in Seawolf's deck. Seawolf damage for turn 2 here, plus the light up the stage here.
If getting those couple extra cards gets another light up the stage. So
I am surprised Rogue Link used the Blood Crypt there for that. I would have thought he would have maybe used the Swamp from the extra pile there. Knight of Autumn here, I have to assume for life gain. No, goes for the +1/+1 counters, probably because of the Unbreakable in his hand. Okay. Making Seawolf pay again though, not bad. Alright, do you go for the skewer here? Yeah.
ooh.
No?
Might be no, you're gonna want to use. Yeah, see that he's gonna lose.
Light up the
light up the stage.
I think Seawolf might be waiting for the Vine Mare to use Unbreakable. Hmm. You Banefire for 1 here, yeah. Banefire on the Vanguard. I believe Seawolf will pay here. That would tell me that there's an Unbreakable in the hand if he's willing to protect it at that low.
Yep.
Definitely, I would think the Vine Mare here next. No, says I'm not patient right now. I want to get some damage in. Rogue Link just coming up nil here on draws. Bounty Agent, the biggest creature on the field right now. I never thought I'd say that, but here we are. And what do you even do here? Looks like Seawolf's thinking of jail.
Alright, Conclave Tribunal. Get Judith.
Why not?
Screen.
Six damage here.
Got 1 life left.
Oh, I like this play, actually. This is a really good play here by Rogue Link. Unfortunately, though, Rogue Link won't be able to pull that off when Shalai's on the field, so I wonder, does he play Shalai here, swing out, and then you can't put Fiend's attack or extra hit point onto Seawolf at that point? That'd be pretty funny. And that looks like, oh, not quite it yet, almost.
Now, life evened out. But what are we gonna draw this turn? Oh, that's not gonna be enough.
No, I would say no. That I would not put everything on the game on Tin Street Dodger here.
Nope, definitely not. And because Seawolf had hexproof as well, even if we had you know, shock or any spectacle spells, wouldn't have helped at all.
Well, looks like I have been summoned to play, so I gotta think about what 2 decks I'm gonna use here.
That was definitely a great game by those two.
Oh yeah, absolutely, without a doubt. The highlight of that whole deal was definitely the Nova for the enchantment here.
So we're gonna see the Skybills. The Skybills.
The Skybills. The one
I'll try.
only.
In action.
Tied for
On speaking.
17th place at the invitation.
Yeah.
You're gonna take on Seawolf. Good luck.
Well, thank you. I know Seawolf's more control heavy, so I think I'm gonna probably pick 2 hyper aggressive decks here. So, all right, I'll see y'all later.
Yep.
See ya.
I'll see you in the channel flipping coins.
Yep.
So we were talking earlier about a tournament.
Ah, yes. There is going to be a tournament.
Would you be so kind to, you know, share the
Okay.
details?
So, as far as I'm aware, we're having a tournament. It's going to be best of 3 standard traditional. That's set in stone. We had a weekend set aside that turns out is actually Easter weekend, which kind of threw a wrench in some of our plans. So we're reevaluating the date on the tournament because of Easter, so that everyone can participate. Because we got some feedback saying, "Hey, if I make day 2, I might not be able to do things because it's Easter." So now we're rethinking. But I will have more details very, very soon. Stay tuned for all of that good stuff. Let me flip some coins for these people so they can get started. Hey.
Yeah, that would be good. So we got a tournament coming soon, TM. So it looks like gonna be getting started. Skybill's trying to adjust the audio levels.
All right, and it was heads for Skybills and tails for Seawolf. So we're gonna see Sky's A deck and Seawolf's B. So, I hope y'all liked my 5-color monstrosity stuff that I brought out.
It was, you had some really good good draws there too.
Oh yeah, there's a little bit of luck. There are some great top decks. And then a huge blunder also playing that harpooner into the no enter the battlefield effects. That wasn't. But nobody saw that, right?
Nope.
No.
No idea what you're referring to. Just kidding. Looks like the sky is all ready.
Best of one coin flips all around. Looks like we're good to go.
Ooh, I definitely like Skybill's avatar.
Oh, definitely. That's a pretty awesome Aurelia.
Ooh. This is an interesting hand. I would definitely keep it. You got a few cards you can play right off the bat. 2 mana. You've got your first, second, third turn as long as you get mana.
Yeah, and you have three history lessons. And who doesn't like history lessons, especially when they start buffing your knights to huge size.
And on the other side of the field, we have Quench, Cleansing, Lyra's there too. Clarion.
Yeah, lots of gas over in Seawolf's hand, and a nice Cleansing Nova to wipe this board if really need. And the fourth history, we have all 4 history lessons here on turn 4. Well, one of them's getting quenched.
Yep, but I don't see any more quenches or any other counter spells for the other history. But there we go, wiping the board.
The Deafening Clarion definitely will wipe the board and mitigate one of those history lessons. Nobody was there to receive the lesson. Teacher talking to an empty class.
We got a deputy on the other side. Wow, this attacking with 1 doesn't get it got blocked, so not gonna get, you know, to be able to use Skewer. But yikes, deputy taking out all the knights.
And you kill the deputy, they won't come back. Their tokens are gone forever. Things are not looking terrible here for Seawolf. Still only stuck on 3 lands though.
So Skybill's gonna actually hold that planes back to feign combat trick. Doesn't need it anymore. So gonna be putting it on the field.
And Seawolf finds a 4th land. That's 1 step closer to casting Lyra or Teferi, or both. And that shock will come in and help trade with the electrostatic field. Nice play there. The running of the knight into the walls finally pays off on Skybill's side. Oh, might pay off again.
We do.
Oh, and the Electro Dominance, which will not only kill the knight, it will also cast the Revitalize for free.
Ooh, and here comes Lyra. Flying First Strike and Lifelink. That is gonna be all for Sky at the moment with no hand. You know, 4 cards in her opponent's inventory. Goodness gracious, 4 cards in her opponent's hand. And not gonna be much she can do to come back from that.
No, you really can't. That's a lot of stuff on Seawolf's board that just come.
All right, so here we go. We're going to be going into round 2.
And we are now getting started for game 2.
Ooh.
Possibly the last game of the
That hand, though.
That's
There is-
certainly a hand.
Yeah. You can play all those cards. Oh my goodness.
Alright, is this gonna be, 3, 6, 9, 13 damage in hand? Are we just going straight to the face? Nope. No, we're not.
Nope. Oh, but here we go. We finally got a creature. If we get out
Now
another
we might
shock,
be. Nope.
if she would have cast another shock, she would have got +2/+2 and haste, and could have been able to, or +1/+1, or sorry, +1/+0 and haste, I believe.
It would have been a 2/2. I
Yeah.
know what you're trying to
That's
say.
what I'm trying to say, but apparently words today are just not a thing.
Words are hard on the best of days. And that Vinemare hexproof is pretty good for Seawolf. Not gonna
Yep.
be able to lightning strike.
No, but can still lightning strike to the face.
Oh, definitely
Oh,
can.
boy.
But now
Oh boy. That hurts.
that
Quite a bit.
hurts a lot, especially the lifelink definitely comes in and plays a huge factor. Oh, and there's the Goblin Chain Whirler. We all know how much Sky loves chain whirlers.
Now the cruddy thing is that you've got flying, vigilance, and lifelink. It's also hexproof. So at this point, there's not much that Sky can do to remove it from the field.
No, and there it is. Seawolf just running roughshod tonight. Taking
That was,
another quick 2-0 victory.
Yep. GG to Seawolf. That was
GG.
incredible.
All right, so that's going to bring us to the end of another Wednesday Night Magic. Thank you, everybody, for coming and hanging out. It's a little abbreviated this week, but we'll be back next week with more fun stuff. Check the Discord. I'll be making an announcement tomorrow after I figure out what the format's going to be, so everybody can come and take part. Saku, do you have any final words to say?
I want to say thank you very much for everybody for coming to watch. I want to say thank you to our earlier co-commentator and team Instant Speed member Skybills, who did a fantastic job on the mic with me earlier. So thank you so much for participating. And yeah, for anybody who's interested in joining in these community matches, make sure to join the Discord. !MTGA in the chat. We'll get you the link to get into that Discord, and feel free to join in sometimes.
Yeah, we'd love to have new players all the time. And stay tuned. That's the Discord where you're going to find out information about the tournament. Might still do something that weekend. We'll see on that Saturday on the 20th. So stay tuned. I'll have more information there as well. But I guess that'll do it for us. Congratulations again to Skybills on her awesome showing this past weekend. I have some experimental frenzies sitting up in my buddy's store waiting for me to buy them so that I can get her to sign them. I'm super excited. But yeah, that'll take us out of here tonight. Y'all have a wonderful, great night, and we'll see you next week. Same time, same place.
Bye, friends.